Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Of course, here on my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows we like to or we like to watch, I should say. So of course, right now, it's Saturday night. We are talking Love and Marriage DC. We're going to get into the episode. This is season 1, episode 2, Coldest Winter Ever. Please don't hesitate to click that like button, subscribe, share, and comment. Let me know what you're thinking of this new show of a Marriage DC so far. Seems like we getting somewhere now with this second episode, right? Episode was actually pretty interesting. Okay, so let's get into it. So they open up with Ashley and Monique look like they met up for lunch or something, and they're talking about the anniversary dinner of Irena and Jamie the night before, and the time they had and the different things they go through with their husbands. Monique saying that Chris doesn't, he thinks he's just by doing little things that he's doing a lot when really he's not. Ashley feels like DJ Quick, he just works, and she's the one that has to take care of the kids. She let it be known that she dropped out of school twice to tend to the children while he was working. She said when her kids were smaller, it was really hard. They're a little older now, like 9 and 11 or 9 and 13, so it's a little bit easier. I wonder why they don't hire a nanny. That's what was my, or a babysitter, just for a few days a week or after school time. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know their situation. She said they didn't have people to help them with the kids. So maybe they don't have family there. I don't know. So anyway, she has things she's doing that she's trying to do. And they both are relating to how the husbands, when the women have something they need to do or go out of town, then they call in, babysitters and their parents to help and everybody to help. And so the men think they're doing something by taking care of the kids, but really they're getting all this extra help. Versus when the men are gone and the woman's taking care of kids, they're not calling in for extra help. So, which I get it, and that's how men are, okay? That's how men are, unfortunately. Okay, sorry y'all. Sorry to my men subscribers, my men viewers. Love y'all, but that's just how y'all are. Not saying all of y'all. Some of y'all get it, but a lot of y'all don't. But we love you anyway. So anyway, and they started talking about sex because Ashley has her podcast, and they were talking. She asked Monique if she want to have more kids. Monique is like she's not really sure. They're at the 10-year mark for their marriage, and she's really worried about the state of her marriage with Chris right now. And so then somehow Ashley was talking about sex in her podcast, and she says she's not on birth control. She takes chances, and I guess if she get pregnant by Quick again, she don't. She lets know that she's 36 years old. I was surprised by that number. I'm not saying Ashley looks old by no stretch of the imagination. She does not look old. I just thought she was a little bit older than 36. But I don't mean that she looks old. Not no kind of way do I think she looks old. I didn't have a clue how old she was, and I wasn't thinking 36, okay? That's all. I'm not trying to be shady. I just wasn't thinking 36. It's not as bad as Tiffany saying she's 34, though. No. Like, Ashley looks way closer to 36 than Tiffany looked at 34, okay? And shout out to the Love and Marriage Huntsville people. So anyway, Monique said they don't use birth control really right now either. They just do the pull-out method. She said PO stands for the pull-out method, and that's what she's using over there. When she said PO, made me think of our good old buddy PO down to the Ready to Love Potomac. Shout out to Paul. So anyway, so hopefully Monique don't have another baby if she's not ready to, or she don't feel like her marriage can survive that, right? So anyway, we move on to Mr. Quicksilver himself at his job. He said when COVID happened, well, now it's still COVID. People are getting back to traveling. I'm very curious to know when they filmed this because it's not very clear. I don't think it was that recent though, because they probably had to film, pitch the show, get together. So it's probably been some time. So anyway, he said that once COVID happened, him and his business partner Sean, they built the studio in the office, and so he said that quick let us know his father passed at 18, and he met Sean, and Sean really stepped it up, and as a business manager and partner, father figure, all these things. Although he don't look that old, but I don't know. Anyway, so he's letting him know everything they got coming up on the books. And DJ Quick, of course, has a lot of events and radio shows and things he has to attend to. And so then they're talking about the CIAA, and so the guy was coming there to talk to them about those things going on with the CIAAs. And so the CIAA is affiliated with mostly all the HBCUs, the basketball games and the football games they have, and all the events surrounding those. And so mostly it's like the big parties they have surrounding those events. I would love to go to something like that. Would love to do that. That's one thing I regret about my college career, is not going to the HBCU and getting that experience. I would love to do that. So anyway, the man from the CIAA came, and he was saying, we're getting back going with that. We need you there. You're always there with those events, so we need you there. And so Sean, the manager, was like, I was thinking about that too, and we already got all these other events we're doing, plus to add that extra. And I didn't really want to put more stuff on your plate because I know how you are. So he's like, you will work yourself to death. And so basically DJ Quick Silva let us know that he works himself to the point of exhaustion, to the point where he's down in the bed in the hospital needing IVs and everything, works himself to death literally, which is horrible. A lot of people do that, work themselves down to the bone like that. It's not worth it, people. I know in the moment it may feel like it's worth it. If you're chasing some kind of goal, you're chasing some kind of dream, you're chasing your money, I get it. But you got your rest and your work-life balance are so important. I know it's really, really hard to have work-life balance. I struggle with that too. Especially when my first couple years of teaching, I didn't ever want to stop and eat, and even just stopping to make yourself stop and use the bathroom sometimes can be hard, as a teacher. And it might sound crazy on here, but my teachers, y'all understand. Okay, so I remember I've gotten way better with it now, but some days I still get too busy where I'm focusing, when I'm getting a chance to actually get some work done, and I'm not having time to the kids, that I won't stop and eat. So I have to make myself stop and eat. Stop, go home. I want to keep working, stop. Gotta stop. So some days I'll be like, I ain't doing this work, I'm going home. So it just, but you get in that work mode, work mode, you trying to use work as an escape from everything else. So gotta watch that out, especially if it's to the point where you're needing IVs and you're having exhaustion and ending up in the hospital. That's no good. So I hope DJ Quick takes care of himself better than that. But I commend him for being a hard-working man, trying to take care of his family. Nothing wrong with that. And I wonder, what is he escaping? I really want to know what is going on that he's escaping. Is he escaping the responsibilities of home? What is his, or is he chasing something? I'm just curious to know what in his mind is kind of driving that behavior to work yourself that hard. So anyway, but he will be involved in CIAA events like he always is. So anyway, moving on, let's see. We have Miss Monique is going down to the radio show, WPGN. I might have made that up. But anyway, it was whatever letters they said, y'all. And so Monique let us know that she had hosted the morning, morning news show or morning radio show, I believe. It was a morning radio show previously. And so they asked her back. They're looking for someone else to fill the spot to be a co-host with the guy there that's already the host. And so they're thinking about trying out Monique. There's other people they're considering as well, but Monique is one of the top people I guess they're considering. And the radio host guy, I guess the manager, whoever he was with the dreads, I don't remember his name. Put it down in the comments if you remember his name, y'all. He was saying he really liked last time when she was there, talking about the Not for Lazy Mom stuff and how they all had a good time. So he really wants to see, if she can fill that spot. He let her know you got to get really early. He said 1 o'clock, but he's just joking. He said it would be good if she's there by 5 or 5:30. And so, she said whatever she got to do to clear her schedule and make that happen, she's ready to do it. She came there intending to get the job, okay? So Monique's not playing. He did bring up saying, I know you've had a past with the reality show stuff. That's my only concern. I want to make sure you don't think that this is a reality radio show. And we're not here playing. And so Monique was letting us know in her confessionals that she's so horrified and traumatized by her reality show past. Real Housewives of Potomac, where she dragged Candace down to the floor at the winery. She is still traumatized by that, and those things are still haunting her, and she wants to make sure she is always in control of her emotions. So, things are not coming up that happen that are blocking her opportunities, and I get it. And that's real. I didn't even think about how that incident could, cause her to be blocked from certain opportunities. So that is true. There's always consequences to our actions, right? So anyway, moving on. Then we see this scene was the best scene for me, or one of the best scenes. Okay, so then we get to meet Winter's ex-husband, Kevin. Okay, so Kevin was down with the little wavy hair. I said, Kevin must be mixed. So he met up with Chris, because Chris was like, man, I need to know what's happening with Kevin. Like, him and Winter were so in love. Like, what's the tea? So, not Chris didn't say that, y'all. So anyway, and remember, Chris and Monique have known Kevin for a long time. So, they flash back to showing Kevin and Winter talking about their marriage and how they're newlyweds and all the sex they have and great marriage they have. They're so in love. I'm thinking they were meant to be on the show as a couple, and then they had their split up, and this is kind of the aftermath, because the way they showed that clip, I'm thinking they must have been like auditioning to be on the show or trying out to be on the show as a couple originally. So anyway, so Kevin basically tells Chris everything that went wrong with the marriage. So basically, whatever company that Kevin works for, they said that he took money from the company to take his kids to go ice skating. And tell the story out loud sounds so stupid, but anyway, y'all, I'm laughing because like out loud it's like, Kevin, your story don't sound true. When I say it out loud to y'all on this camera, Kevin's story's not adding up for me. It definitely sounds like a lie now that I said it out loud. Anyway, let me know if y'all think Kevin telling the truth, because to me, first of all, Kevin looks scammy and shifty as can be. In my opinion, I don't see what Winter saw in him. He looked like he got something going on. So I don't see what she saw in him, first of all. And he looks way older than her. But, I mean, people like older men. Whatever, Winter. Girl, he didn't drove you crazy enough to shave off half your head. So I guess, girl. So anyway, so he said, they say he took money to take the kids ice skating. He said, I never took my kids ice skating before. And so then he's, they're showing that the story's going on and on, making it look like a lot of times passed by. And he's explaining how they, filing bankruptcy, and then they had to do this, and something was held in the courts. So Winter's thing was that, like, what's going on with your company? Like, I don't even understand, like, what's going on with your finances? And he wasn't really explaining it to her and keeping her up on it. And he said he couldn't even figure out what was going on to even try to explain it to her. Chris is like, well, did she try to sit down and figure it, try to learn to see what's going on? And he's like, no. And so he said, with the kids, he really misses her kids, and his kid misses her. And he was darn near about to cry. He almost made Chris cry. And Chris was like, man, I feel for you. I see you really going through it. And, Kevin said he loves Winter still. And if it wasn't for all the drama with his company and the finances, that they wouldn't even be in this mess. Okay. So we get Kevin's side of the story, y'all. So then, let's see, moving on along, we have the vegan dinner. Okay. So the main event of the episode, right? So Monica's having everybody over for this vegan dinner. She let Ashley know in the first scene. And so she goes in the kitchen, and the chef is making meatless meatballs. I don't know how that add up. I don't know how that makes sense. Let me give y'all my quick little 2-second spiel about vegan stuff. I'm open to try vegan food. I very much am open. I don't see myself becoming a vegan in this lifetime. Maybe I would. Maybe my health circumstances might change or my mindset change. I am, working out more again and eating healthier. I could do better with my eating. That's where I struggle. But I like meat. Okay. I like meat. I like chicken. I like beef. I like pork. I like seafood. Okay. So I'm not too like, oh, I want to be vegan or baby vegan or vegan sometimes like some of y'all do. I can't, that's not me. But I would try some vegan stuff. Like I know they got really good vegan like soul food restaurants in the Bay Area and different places. So I'm down to try it. But certain things y'all not gonna fool me, okay? Cauliflower mac and cheese is not mac and cheese, okay? A meatless meatball is not a meatball to me, okay? I almost feel like Irena said, I don't do vegan, okay? But no, I will try some stuff, okay? So anyway, she talks to the chef. She goes sit down, paint her nails or something. Chris come through there, say what's up to the chef. And so Monique was talking to Chris about her opportunity with the radio station and saying, you got to give the kids, because I'm going to be gone from 5:30, 5 to 6 in the morning. So you got to deal with the kids in the morning. You can't be staying up late and, you got to get them kids in the morning. It's just going to be you. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll be good. I get up with the kids and make breakfast usually anyway. So I'm like, how often is that, Chris? But maybe he do. And so anyway, then he goes on to tell her about his lunch with Kevin. And so then Monica's kind of already irritated, like, Kevin, like, what he say? And so then he was like, yeah, I just can't wrap my head around it, honestly. Like, he seems so in love with her. Like, and then she said all this stuff about him, but he just seems like he really loves her. Like, I don't get it. All this stuff. And then Monique's like, he done swindled you like he swindled Winter. Like, of course he loves her. She's beautiful. She's this and that. Why wouldn't he love her? Like, that's not the point. And so then she's like, mm-mm. And then they decide they gotta go get dressed. She's like, what you gonna wear? Where your suit at? I find Monique be kind of like picking at Chris for me a little bit. Like, I get she wants Chris to do, be emotionally available and do all these things. Like, I get it. Trust me. I get it. I was in a relationship. The relationship I just got out of was very similar to that. I mean, we didn't have kids, we weren't married, but very similar, like, type of man. Very similar type of man, okay? So I get it. However, I just feel like when he kind of is overdoing it with all the picking him all the time, I can see him, like, kind of, I don't know, like, shrinking or something. Like, he's just kind of, like, over it. And I don't want him to, like, I wouldn't want Chris to go, how do I say this? I'm not trying to make an excuse for him. Like, if he was to cheat on her, that would be totally his fault. But I don't want him to feel pushed away. Let me say it like that. I don't want Chris to start to feel pushed away by Monique. I'm not saying I'm taking Chris's side. I think Monique just needs to give him time. And Chris needs to do the work. I'm not taking away from the fact that Chris needs to do the work. I just feel like Monique needs to, like, girl, relax. Monique is just bouncing around doing 1,000 things at a time. She has a lot of energy, and Chris looks very opposite of that. So it's just like, oh, Monique a little bit exhausting me at this point. So anyway, then we see Ashley and Quick. They decide to go have them little drinks and some appetizers real quick before they get down to the vegan dinner, because they say you not gonna starve them. Okay, so they go sit down at the bar. Quick lets Ashley know about all the CIAA events he has coming up, and Ashley's like, it's the same old cycle with him. He works and works and works. She gotta take care of him. He gets sick. He's not there to do X, Y, and Z. She got stuff to do. He's not present. So it's a cycle for them. Same old with these marriages, right? And so then they talk about how much fun they have as a couple, how much fun they have together, how they've been through things, and they trying to, work together, and he appreciates her. She lets him know she appreciates him, and they both want to feel appreciated, and they go eat these appetizers before they go down to the vegan dinner, because you're not going to starve them. Okay, so anyway, let's go down to the vegan dinner now. So everybody comes. Monique's former hairstylist, I forgot her name that quick. I want to say Lexi or somebody like that. Anyway, she came with her husband. What was his name? Lewis? No, it wasn't Lewis. It was... I just watched the thing over just to learn his name, and now I forgot it that quick, y'all. I'm so sorry. I want to say it was like... Okay, it wasn't Lionel, right? Anyway. I skipped a part. So the husband of the hairstylist, he had a little cocked drinks with Jamie and Quick. and they were talking about the CIA stuff and how Quick has his own events he'll be doing, but then on the last day, Quick and Jamie will collaborate on an event, and Quick knows that he's going to outsell Jamie's events. And Quick asks Jamie about how his wife Irena feels about him getting back into the promoting scene, the party scene, and he says she doesn't really like it, but like she understands like now that we do it and it makes money and all that, but back in the day she really didn't like it. She was more jealous. She, didn't like certain things she would see, girls. She didn't like him even liking pictures or nothing like that. And so the men, all share how they can relate to that. And is his name Lionel, y'all? What is that man's name who was at the table with them? Anyway, the hairstylist husband. He said he could relate to that. He didn't woke up in the middle of the night getting hit and stuff thrown at him and all that. I said, dang. I'm like, now I need to try that next time. No, just kidding. And so Jamie said, it takes a strong woman to be with men like them and the things they do. I'm like, I guess it does. So anyway, back to the vegan dinner, y'all. I had to go back to that scene because I skipped it. So, everybody comes in, including Winter and her half a head. And so they gather around the table. They're like, this is a vegan dinner. Irena's like, do they DoorDash over here? Irena says she don't do vegan. Jamie in the confessional sitting up there talking about, yeah, I'm cool with it, but I knew this one right here. So already Jamie's energy was off for me, okay? So anyway, then they sit at the table, they talking about, Monique said they homeschooled their kids. They've been doing it the last 2 years. They've been learning about Africa. They learned that Africa absolutely has a different name. I cannot say the name they said because I don't remember it right now, but y'all probably know it and drop it in the comments and correct me. So anyway, they want to take the family on a trip to Africa. Chris says, they're basically ready to go. You just got to throw some more things in the suitcase. I thought that this was about to be like a group trip to Africa. At first, I was like, oh, they coming out the door swinging. I'm like, you love Marriage DC got money like that? Pay for a trip to Africa? But I don't think it's not like that, y'all. I don't think it's like that. I think it's just Monique and her family going on their own dime, their own budget. Probably no cameras there. So, then, talking about the whole Africa thing, and James like, oh man, ain't you scared to go to Africa? Like COVID, and Monique's like, I'm not living in fear. James said he had COVID. It was really hard. Oh no, first let me back it up. Because another thing Jamie did, they were saying something about Africa, all the places Monique was going, and Jamie was asking questions about the giraffe, something they said. And then Irena said something, and Jamie kind of shushed her. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. So then Winter got mad, and her confession was like, oh, you don't talk. Like, I don't like the way he's talking to his wife. Like, what is going on? So I also am peeping that too. Like, I agree with her. I don't like the way he's doing his wife. Like, why are you shushing her? Like, she didn't say anything out of pocket or anything. So I didn't really understand that moment. So anyway, and I hope that's not how Jamie talks to his wife, because I'm like, oh no. So anywho, then they're talking about Africa. Okay, good. Then they're talking about COVID. Okay, sorry, we're on the COVID part, y'all. My bad. So Jamie let know he had COVID, and what he went through with that COVID. It was a struggle. Chris said he had it twice. He said he had to take like 5 or 8 Advil to go to sleep. I already know that feeling because y'all, when I had it, my back hurt so bad. Like I was about to be in tears. Like it took me so long to get to sleep from that because I could not ever get in a good, comfortable position. Like it was horrible that first night. That very first night I had it, oof. But anyway, so I can relate to that, y'all. And y'all probably can too. Everybody didn't got COVID probably at this point. So anyway, I think I'm probably not supposed to say the C word over here, huh? My bad. Anyway, so what happened? Then they were talking. Oh, so Monique was talking about when she had COVID. The second time was worse because she was up in the room and nobody was coming to check on her. It drained her. She had no energy. It drained her all her sodium. Her electrolytes, y'all, was gone. And she said Chris and them was just letting her starve up there by herself. She had to, she almost died up there, y'all. So she said that she had to tell him, like, hey, you need to check on me because I need to eat. I need to do this. And so Chris was like, that is not what happened. He was like, because when I would come check on you and I woke you up and you claim you don't be getting no sleep and I woke you up and I got yelled at, so I stopped messing with you. And so then Monique was like, tell the story right, because that's a different time. That was before COVID. You need to get it right, So then Chris was like, no, I'm trying to explain. And so then he hushed her. So I'm like, oh, so they just hush the people down to the DMV. The husbands hush the wives. Like, we're not doing that down here in Cali, okay? So anyway, so I know Winter was real mad in that scene. So then he was saying, so then Monique was like, I'm sorry. Like, because Chris was like, this dinner finna go bad. Because he's like, you're not finna do me at this dinner. And Monique did, like, come back around and say, I'm not trying to throw you on the bus. I was just saying, initially I had to tell you, hey, check on me. I need to eat. I need to do this. And then once I did, you were very attentive and all that. And, sorry. And so then they made up. Chris was like, you right, sorry. I don't need to be. He said he don't need to be doing all this in front of the cameras or company. I couldn't quite catch what he said, but nonetheless, he don't need to be doing either one, okay? And so then everybody's like, oh, they made up. So I'm like, well, finally, they have a good moment, y'all. So then, in the confessionals, even Quick and Ashley get, say, that's just like every couple. And they'll be in Africa forgetting about all this. So then Irena asked Winter about how she's doing. And she was like, yeah, 6 months ago I was married. And now all this is happening. And Chris, Monique was like, yeah, Chris went to go have lunch with Kevin and talk to Kevin, and they let it be known again, we've known Kevin for all these years, and he's like, yeah, I just couldn't believe it because you guys seem so in love, and he seems like he's really in love with you, and Winter's like, well, love's not the problem, like, Kevin can love me till Jesus come. She was like, love is not the problem here. She was like, it's the fact that, he had all these things going on in his company, and I was not aware of it, and, all this stuff she didn't know. And so then she was like, yeah, and he moved back into the basement. And then Monique was like, see, telling Chris, yeah, see, he moved back in the basement at his parents' house. I was like, that's the parents' house. Kevin looked way too old to be living in the basement of his parents' house. But times is tough right now, y'all, okay? I think we about to be in a recession or something, because gas is high, the milk is high, the food is high, the bread is high. Shoot. The housing is sky high. So, hey, if you got to move back into your parents' basement, that's what you got to do. So, now I don't know what Kevin did with this money, with this company, but he done did something with this money. He's swindling and scamming. He doing something with the money, okay? Because it ain't taking the kids to ice skating, okay? So, anyway, I don't trust him. He's shifty to me. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. So Winter was like, that's not it for her, okay? Kevin, she's not trusting Kevin. She don't care how much Kevin loved her. So then Ashley was like, well, you didn't know, that's on you. You didn't see where the man lived. Like, what's up? So Winter's kind of insulted in her confession. She's lucky I know the Lord like I do, and I love the Lord, okay? Because if I was a different person, And I'm like, really, Winter? Okay, girl. So we all love the Lord, okay? So, and know him well. So anywho, Winter also lets us know that she's a relationship coach or expert. She's a relationship coach. So, she checked him out. She had her family check him out. She only knew him less than a year before they got married, I believe. So I'm like, girl, would you tell one of your clients to do this, Winter? How are you a relationship coach, Winter? How? How? Winter got me heated. Like, girl, how? How? Because if you're a relationship coach, you couldn't have thought, you didn't think this was not going to work? Because I know you wouldn't have told your clients to do this. Like, come on, Winter. Did Winter see the money? Was the company money looking good? I don't know. Anyway, I'm very interested in this Winter Kevin story info. Actually, this is the most funniest, interesting story on the show right now, in my opinion, okay? So then they go on to talk about infidelity and talk about how they wanted to talk about Jamie and Irana's marriage more and all that stuff, and Irana lets it be known that she did think that Jamie has infidelity in the past. Like right now they're all good, but in the past she felt like there was, in her opinion, infidelity. Okay, and so then when she tried to talk again, Jamie kind of was like, shushing her a little bit, like, we not gonna hit the conversation. So he said in the confessionals, like, this is old stuff that's happened in the past. We're on a really good page right now. That's why he didn't really want to rehash it. I'm like, dang, he really, like, I don't know. I'm very side-eyeing Jamie in the way he treats Irana right now. I'm very much side-eyeing him. I don't know about that. So, we watching you, Jamie. So, Irana said that she's never caught him. Like, she's like, let me be clear. I never caught him cheating. I never caught him in act. I never caught him cheating. But people, would come up to her and say things. She might see calls or messages, things like that. These girls out here wild and they don't care. And that is the truth. There's a lot of scandalous women out here. I hate to say it. I love women. I stand for women as well. But there's some scandalous ones out here, okay? And I might have scandalous moments in my day too. So, we all could be a little scandalous sometimes. Hopefully we outgrow it and mature though, right? So anyway, so she said she never caught him in the act. So she doesn't, but she considers, if you're talking to another woman outside of your marriage, she considers that cheating, okay? And so then the episode pretty much cut off somewhere around there. Next week, I think they're going to pick up back at the table, and Ashley going to be getting into Winter, because Ashley let it be known earlier in the episode that she not really feeling Winter, because Ashley feels like she's more of a party girl, and Winter may feel like she's too good to do some of those things that Ashley wants to do. I hate for Ashley to judge Winter in that way. Only because sometimes I get judged in that way, so I understand how that feels. And I feel like you need to get to know somebody. Like, just because they can be, serious or carry themselves a certain way doesn't mean they don't like to have fun in their own way. Okay, that's all I got to say about that. But anyway, we're going to see what happens next episode. Quick going to be trying to help little Jamie get his life together. Ashley and Winter, we see going to have a problem the whole season. So, Love and Marriage DC, y'all looking good. We getting into it. We getting somewhere. You guys comment, like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think of the episode and the season so far. Are you keeping up with the show? Or are you about to dump the show? Let me know what's up. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.